My sister also does a really good impression of Donkey when Shrek farts.
Yeah.
Another thing we used to find so funny is she goes like, Shrek, was that you?
Oh, right.
I'm so bad.
That was a crazy.
That wasn't. Oh my God, we've lost her.
Wait,
Amy's. Oh no, she's back.
Shrek, was that you? Man, you could have.
Oh my God.
Stay hydrated. First thing in the morning, tired and yawning. What you gonna do?
Welcome to Stay Hydrated with my sister Elizabeth. No, you. Welcome to Stay Hydrated
With my brother Christopher Hall.
and my sister Elizabeth Hall. And our guest today is the fabulous and luminous Amy Webber.
Thank you for having me.
Looking at us
being
very
here.
adoringly right now.
Yeah, I love it. It's so fun being here. I thought you might say that I was the third sister.
Oh,
That might be quite sweet.
You are the third sister.
That's sometimes how I feel when
should
I'm
we-
with you guys.
Wait, we have
I
another-
should be
we
a
have
cousin.
yeah, cousin.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be. You're just another sister.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, adopted's good, or cousin.
Yeah.
Obviously, I just don't want to erase the fact that we have another biological sister.
No, I think you're the fourth sister.
Right.
Yeah, I can
I
be
think you're a
fourth.
sister.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris has
That
got to
makes
be a
sense, though.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody, actually, we don't know who listens. Nobody might be listening. But if some people did listen, I did go on a stand-up tour last year, and Amy was my support in performing and emotions for
More ways than one.
99.9% of that tour, apart from the last show. So you would have seen Amy perform with me.
And do choreography.
And do choreography.
Really well.
Basic choreography.
Yeah, but you actually choreographed
You
it.
smashed it though.
Thanks. It was silly. I think I'm good at doing things that are like a child level.
Yeah.
Like, because I say my Japanese is fluent for a 10-year-old.
Right.
That's a whole nother thing if you don't know me, but don't worry about that. But I'd say my dancing is quite good for a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm 34.
Right. Right.
But for what you what you need your dance skills to be, they're perfect.
They're there.
Yeah.
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 What's something you remember about living in Japan? When I went there a couple of years ago, I was like, this is just, obviously it's different to the UK, but it's like everything about it is so different. And I feel maybe as an adult, I think it took me a minute, a real minute, but did you like adapt? I just think it's like it's quite a fascinating part of your
Law.
law. Yeah, the law of Amy that you lived in Japan.
How do you spell that law? Like Lore?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. yeah.
I would never use that word in a sentence. I don't know how. Well done, guys. I think well, because I went when I was 5, I just adapted. So I didn't really feel
Yeah.
that different. I just understood that I was different and I got a bit bullied. But the kind of like the schedule and the lifestyle of Japan didn't feel that weird. But looking back, I suppose there was a real emphasis within the school syllabus of like all helping out and doing things together. We would go and get dinner from the dinner ladies and then we would serve it into the kids' plates and bowls.
Oh.
And then we would take all their plate, like when you were on dinner duty.
Yeah. Right.
And then you would collect all the bowls and cups and you would take them back to the kitchen. So it was like kids really were taught to like help out from a young age. And also connection to nature. We did loads of little day trips and getting leaves or like finding bugs in the school sort of playing area. And that felt really, when I got back to England, I was like, oh, there's a real disconnect. And there's like, obviously Japan has a real big hierarchical systems in place, but it's one of respect. Whereas England is like still really hierarchical, but it's like, you know, the head teacher doesn't really respect a 5-year-old.
Right.
Whereas in Japan, the respect works both ways. And I really liked that.
Interesting. Yeah, and then did you find there's less, the connection to nature is interesting, like less get out and explore when you came back to England?
Yeah.
I love the idea of like basically kind of, because actually the idea that you can teach a kid of like, this is what like community looks like, you know, and this is what like teamwork looks like. And actually it's not this sort of like
Do this, do
distant,
that.
far off thing that like, actually you can go like, no, this is like serving other people and being served by others like is, whoa.
Yeah, it's good for you.
It's good
Yeah.
for you
Yeah.
and good for everyone.
Yeah.
And the idea of I'm going to pick up the slack today and you pick it up tomorrow. Wow. Amy
So
Webber.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really nice.
And that's why I am who I am.
Exactly.
That's why I'm so connected with nature. That's
Why I'm so helpful.
It's so helpful.
Yeah,
Look at
I
me.
mean, I have wanted to touch and connect with this plant since I arrived.
please
Do it.
do.
Amy's now touching the plant. How does that feel? Feels good. She looks a little
Do you know what?
weary.
Obviously that's broken. It's
Yeah.
nothing like being in nature, is it?
No.
No offense. No offense,
no.
guys.
Well, thanks so much for being here. What's been going on? How are you feeling? Any immediate stream of consciousness? How are we feeling today?
Today, feeling good.
Yeah.
Obviously, without sounding basic, the sun's out, so that does improve one's mood.
Yeah.
It was kind of frosty. I've got my new scarf that I'm wrapping around my head. I feel like people were doing that in Hackney like 2 years ago. So you wear like a cap and then put a scarf on.
Right.
Do you know the
Okay.
look?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm finally there.
Good.
So,
Welcome.
yeah.
I mean, I say welcome as if I'm doing it. I'm like, wow, teach me. Yeah, and lead me.
I've seen the girlies doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I've nicked my sister's long black puffer. She left it at my mum's, which to me means
It's
Fair
freak-
game.
Yeah.
it's fair game.
Yeah,
So I've
100%.
yoinked it back to... Did you ever see the film Bolt with the dog?
Yes.
And there's that bit where he goes, yoink.
Yeah.
Me and my sister find it. So is it him or is it the hamster? Someone says yoink when they nick something and it's really like funky and immature, but also really funny.
Right.
So
It's really stuck with you.
Yoink is... I remember saying that. I think didn't the Simpsons say yoink as well? Doesn't Bart Simpson go yoink?
probably.
Oh, that was quite a
Anyone?
good impression.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chris is so good at impressions. He was doing Cher the other day and it was so good.
They just
But
come
my
out of
share is
nowhere.
so basic.
It's not-
such
please
a,
do
it's
it.
such a,
Please do
it's such a
Wagon Wheel with
basic.
I've
Tootsie.
never seen it.
No, but it's just like a normal Cher impression.
But it's also the way he'll like build up to it and kind of like go like, wag, do it.
Do it.
Wagon Wheel with Tootsie. But it's like such a, it's like an impression of a Cher impression. I love that you love it. I love that you love it.
Wagon Wheel with Tootsie.
But it's like an impression of a Cher impression. It's like so
oh
like
man, I
hack.
think it's so good. Anyway,
That's
so
really
let's
kind.
let's
Can
zoom
you
back
do any
in.
impressions?
I don't think I can do. My sister also does a really good impression of Donkey when Shrek farts.
Yeah.
Another thing we used to find so funny is she goes like, "Fourth Shrek, was that you?"
Oh, right.
I'm so bad.
That was a crazy.
That wasn't.
That
You're
wasn't Donkey.
I
for
wish
sure.
your sister was here. I wish May was here to give us the actual impression because your impression of May's impression
was kind of crazy.
not. Oh my God, we've lost her.
Wait,
Amy's. Oh no, she's
Fourth
back.
Shrek, was that you? Man, you could
Yeah. Okay.
can't do any impressions.
Not the crying.
Okay. No,
I
fine.
could do like an angry Japanese teacher, but that doesn't feel very appropriate.
No, fine.
it
Let's
doesn't.
not do that.
The way you're crying.
Yeah.
4
Wow. That's
minutes
really.
in.
That's
Yeah.
real. Like family. That's like family runs deep humor.
That is,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like a-
That's
like-
like sibling.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe
Kind
me
of
and
just-
Cher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
think
you
it's
love
so good.
Cher.
Well, it's because he builds up to he's like
I have to like lock
as
in.
if he's like finding like the timbre. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's so funny.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Did you get taught accents at drama school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But I
you?
do have quite a good ear for them.
Yeah, you do.
Like from being younger.
Okay.
When we moved to America, apparently I went to school for one day and came back with like an American accent. My parents
Yeah.
were like, I was in the back of the car and they were like,
What's happened?
yeah, what are you doing? Whereas like our older sister, when we moved to the States, she stayed like staunchly British.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh no, everyone's talking like this. I shall too. Yeah. You're quite good at
Just
acting.
a desperate need
Desperate need
to
for
fit
validation
in.
and fitting in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a chameleon desperate for friends.
Yeah. And hey,
Found him.
what's changed?
Yeah, thanks. Whoa.
Whoa.
Hey now.
Please.
I think Dad being Scottish helps.
Yeah,
It's just
he's
like
quite good at-
immediately. Dad's pretty good at. Well, actually, is he? Or
He's good
does
at
Dad
Scottish,
just,
but that's
like-
because he is.
yeah.
And he can do
Don't know why I
American.
came out like that. Yeah, I think I'm like good at American, good at Scottish. That's kind of it. I'm getting better at Irish,
Yeah.
but it's still I think
Irish
like a
is
little bit
hard.
offensive.
Right.
And it's so particular, isn't it? Because there's like a Dublin accent, there's like a Cork accent, there's
Yeah.
So I think we
Yeah,
tend
it's
to
like
go like
it's like saying an American accent. There's like so many.
yeah,
And
But if you
saying
can do
I'm going to do a
one-
British accent. It's like, well, there's
exactly. If you can do one, is that not?
That's good.
that's Anne. Yeah, that is one.
That's
That counts
an
as one.
impression, Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually so bad at accents, and it really is annoying when I'm trying to tell an anecdote or a story
Hmm.
because I'll be trying to tell my friend like with all my entertaining skills,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to do the accent and it kind of ruins it, and then I have to break character and go like, sorry, just ignore that this is a really bad accent.
Yeah.
But it is important to the story that they were Scottish or they were Spanish or whatever, but try and use our imagination, because obviously right now I'm like distorting my voice in some way, but it's not the way the original story went.
Yeah.
Right. And then suddenly we're out of the story.
Yeah,
we're
because you're
sort
just
of
thinking that is so bad. It's mind-blowingly bad, I'd say, my accent.
Nice, because you've also thrown us out the story with the bad accent,
Yeah.
and then you're breaking the fourth wall by trying to apologise
And
for the
say,
accent and
"Sorry,
try and get us
ignore
back.
it," yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, based off of Donkey, I wouldn't have said
And said, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do voiceovers?
No, I've done
No.
a tiny bit of work, but just where I've sort of been myself, but
Yeah, fine.
more exaggerated or like softer. Obviously, I can do like posh.
Yeah.
right.
It's probably the only accent I can do. It's like a softly spoken posh woman.
Nice.
Hey.
Hey, M&S, let me know.
M&S. I feel Galaxy chocolate.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can do silly as well. Silly. Chocolate. Is it? It isn't for everyone, or is it?
Whoa. Or is it?
Silly.
Or is it?
Sort of goofy and
Energetic,
funky.
Fun for the kids.
Yeah.
nice.
Hey,
Galaxy
fruit,
for Christmas.
fruit winders.
Fruit winders.
Yeah.
Fruit
Wind it
winders.
up and bring it in.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Guys.
good.
Could do. And can you do angry? Like, well, no. What else would you do?
I can do emotions. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh
isn't
yeah.
it?
Okay, so please sell this plant.
Yeah.
As no. Do like a sort of insurance ad, reaching out to be like, hey, like sort of sad, like
So, but not silly.
not silly.
Okay.
Do like sort of a heartfelt insurance. Like you might need to insure like your pets in case they die.
Okay. Hey, your little Jim. Wait,
Jim.
your little Jim, he's your best buddy, but he could go at any time. Why don't you insure with us so when your dog dies, you've got enough money to pay for it?
Whoa.
That was
good.
I think
Okay.
try silly.
Okay, yeah. Do you need pet insurance for your little Jimmy? Well, come here and get some with us. We're best on the market, top of the range, and no excess PR hidden in the terms and conditions.
Silly.
Okay.
That was silly.
Yeah, that was
The
really
other
good.
thing about me is that I do get the giggles, especially
Yeah.
in serious,
Oh, yeah.
serious interviews or like
Which
even
is
at
this
clearly
funerals.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, but I
Serious
think getting the
interview.
giggles at a funeral.
It's been 3 now. 3. So my grandparents, out of all 4, I got the giggles at 3. The only one I didn't was the one we didn't have a funeral. We just had like a house party at my auntie's house. So
so
there was no
chic.
pressure. There was no
Yeah.
pressure. It was just like speeches, cakes in the kitchen, and obviously I sang a little song.
What did you sing?
I actually sang do you know the jazz song by Ella Fitzgerald? It's like, you're the top, you're the Colosseum.
Yeah.
So I sang that, but we changed all the words. So it was like, one of the lyrics was you boiled your veg to buggery. And then another one was you hated Tottenham Hotspurs. So it was like
Yeah.
all about like, used to sit on the sofa, and she used to do that with her legs and
Aw.
blow through this little...
What a fun lady. No, but that's lovely that you
Lost you again.
that's lovely that
Are you
were
crying
able to.
or is you laughing?
She's laughing.
Oh, laughing.
Oh my God.
that's
For a minute,
lovely.
I thought I was like going like, ha ha ha, and you were like crying with
about your
emotion.
nan.
Imagine how that would bring down the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh
Sorry, guys, I
yeah.
just need a sec to think about my grandma.
Yeah.
I also steered the conversation to funerals, so that would have been on me. But that sounds nice that you were able to sort of like. I feel like an upbeat funeral song is.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch.
Really uplifting.
Yeah.
And just funny. It was just funny.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
all the others were a bit more serious.
Yeah.
And then I did get the giggles.
Sure.
I remember getting the giggles in at my nana's funeral, and my mum told me off, and I was like, if I don't laugh, I'll just sit here like bawling.
Yeah.
So
It's better to cry. It's a sweet release, isn't it?
Yeah.
Were you sat next to each other? Giggled
I was in the
together?
I was in the car. Were you in a
being
different car?
No, bitch. I was being a fucking altar server.
I had to carry the coffin.
I remember.
That was
Oh.
as if people have to do that. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Chris was like crying when he. I'm sorry. Loser. No. As in, I remember.
Get a grip, you big old softie.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I was crying more. I was like crying because it was like my nana's funeral, and then I was crying that I was like, as if I have to like parade with her like coffin on my shoulder.
Yeah, but then I
this is
saw
like-
you
no,
crying.
she's
is like-
so
that.
close to you as well.
Yeah, and just in front of everyone, I was like, this is the last thing I want to do.
Yeah,
That's
and
what you pay the funeral people to do.
kinda.
Yeah.
Well, then I was on the altar, like trying to be Catholic, and like it was just hellish.
Yeah.
What did you have to do?
Do you know what like an altar server is? So like in the Catholic Church, and I'm
Do you
sure
know what an altar server is? You've never been to a Catholic mass before?
never.
You stand at the altar.
We have the best hymns.
Stand on the altar.
Yeah. So when
You've got the
I
Bible or something.
yeah, kind of yeah.
And Mike.
No mic.
Oh dear.
We're not mic'd up. What up? What up?
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
tap.
Yeah.
You sit on the sofa,
Yeah.
kicking your legs.
Boiling your vegetable green.
Exactly that. Well, no. So in the Catholic, basically, when I was like 12, I used to be an altar server, which basically means, yeah, you're like up there, you're like moving stuff around for the priest, you're like helping prepare the communion and stuff. I'm no longer either Catholic or an altar server,
Yeah.
but
You do
You're
serve,
basically a
though.
helper.
I
Yeah,
do
you
serve. Yeah, exactly that. So I was doing that, but at my nana's funeral.
You're on duty.
I was on duty.
Yeah,
I
working.
don't think that was my idea, honestly, because
No.
I wouldn't pick it for myself. But yeah, so I had to kind of be like moving like hosts around. What are they called? The little bits of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, hosts. Like, and also my nana's
Rate them at the
died.
funeral.
No,
Yeah.
they're like,
The discs.
Yeah.
For communion.
yeah.
Yeah.
You eat them at a funeral.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
at any mass.
because it's just mass. Sometimes you might like be part of a church and you might go on a Sunday and go like, oh fucking hell, it's someone's funeral.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Correct.
Incorrect. What?
Correct.
No.
Correct.
Well, you just turn up for your Sunday service 10 a.m. and it's Jill's funeral.
Could be,
I think they're scheduled.
but they're scheduled for,
Like mornings.
but not
weekdays.
always. Not
Not
always.
always. But I don't think you just I don't know about that.
Well, you might have been told the week before, but it can just be Sunday at 11 a.m.
Right.
Like, some people might want like a public funeral as well, mightn't they?
Yeah.
Especially if you've not got.
I'm pretty sure the most recent funeral I went to, especially if you need like seat fillers. Do you know what I mean?
Let's put it at 11 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, let's make it
That'll be
really
full of the
accessible.
village. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's make Mum think she really was popular.
Exactly, because I've only got 4 invites.
Yeah.
Do you know 4 invitees? No, I'm pretty sure the last funeral I went to also just had like normies at the back.
Okay. Well, that's
Hey, you learn something new.
Okay, so this is quite basic, but I really like brownies.
Okay.
yeah.
I also
I
like
like
brownies.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
yeah.
have this problem. I have quite soft teeth, so the dentist. So I keep needing fillings like the last 10 years, and the dentist has said you need to cut down sugar. So I cut down. Then every year I
And
go back.
you're really having spent a period of time with you, you're really good at your sugar intake.
So I think this is the strictest I've ever been with myself. So it's like I only have a brownie or a cake or like sweets 2 days a week max.
Whoa.
Maybe one.
Yeah.
I'd
I'd say
the dentist said
yeah.
1 or 2. She said I'm allowed. Anyway, now my new tradition is Sundays. So I've just moved to Brixton like 3 weeks
I was
ago.
going to ask if
Nice.
you've moved back to London.
Yeah, so I'm back in London after 2 months away, and then your tour, which kind of was like another month on and off. So I'm back in Brixton. So obviously on a Sunday now, I walk through Brockwell Park,
Gorge.
Nice.
go to Herne Hill Market,
Nice.
and get a big fat slab of brownie, and it's
Yeah.
£4.50, which is quite a lot, but it's a big slab, and that's on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. Also, this week my sister's going to come. She lives in Camberwell.
nice.
Nice.
She's going to come to Herne Hill Market.
What type of brownie do you normally? Is there like a?
Thick, like not cakey, more like gnashy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like really
Just
moist.
But are you kind of like a
dense.
traditionalist? Are you like
Oh.
I'm a chocolate girly, or
Yeah,
are you?
chocolate girl.
What if one day there was a blondie?
Yeah, they're okay. My friend made one with that Biscoff in it.
Mm.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Peanut butter brownies, yeah. White chocolate chip, yeah. Raspberries, wackerman, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But they've just got to be dense and thick. Like
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
want is a type of brownie where my mum would have one bite and go, oh, that's very rich and filling.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
So,
I
yeah.
think I better wrap that up and put that in the fridge for later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
only eat
yeah.
a quarter in a session. That's for me to just have in one go and just really enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah, really
truly
nice.
That's what I'm
yummers.
looking forward to. But then that brings me to what I'm a bit anxious about. That on Monday,
the coin, the flip of that
flip,
coin.
is that on
Your
Monday,
rose and
I'm
thorn.
going back to the dentist.
Oh,
And it's
let's
been
talk about the
exactly a
dentist.
year since she said brownie only once or twice a week. So hopefully she's gonna have a look and go, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry on as we're doing.
But there is a chance she's going to go, this is still
bad.
going to a filling, like you need to cut down even more. And this is on top of like flossing and using interdental sticks every night. Seriously though, I used to get really bad dentist anxiety. If anyone listening is scared of the dentist and you live in London, give me a DM and I'll recommend my NHS dentist in Finsbury Park. And my specific
I
dentist,
kind of need a dentist in Finsbury Park.
she's amazing. She's so nice. She's like really gentle with her hands and really reassuring. Because I rang their reception and said, I get a bit nervous, like, who's the most friendly dentist you've got? And they said, this gal will sort you out. She's so nice.
Oh, amazing. I've had Invisalign. The last time I was at the dentist, what I don't get is that when they keep talking to you when there's like 6 apparatuses in your mouth.
Mm.
So like I had like the lip, like the lip spreader, and then I had like a not a scalpel, but like a pin
like
or
mirror.
something. The mirror and like a tube and all that kind of stuff. And then she was talking to me and I was like, I don't understand what you want me to say.
All I can say is yes or no.
Yeah,
Just
I
ask
can't
me
really
yes or
say
no.
that.
There was a really cool bit when I went last time and the nurse was kind of like busy when I did get 2 fillings.
Tough.
So gentle though. And she was like, do you want to hold the sucky thing? I was like, yeah. So I was holding my own sucky thing, sucking all the saliva out. It was really, really enjoyable.
Kind of like a hands-on, get involved type of thing.
Yeah.
The thing is if she says you've got to cut it down even more, you can't have no brownies a week. How is someone supposed to live like that?
I know.
Yeah.
Once a fortnight on
You're
a brownie?
a big sweet girl. I've become more
my
sweet since I've
God.
been living with you.
I do that to people.
I
Yeah.
used to be a sweet girl. Pick a mix.
Pick a mix.
Woolworths.
Come on.
Sticky toffee puddings.
Miss
God.
you.
Yeah. I love just a bag of sweets.
Yeah.
I love a bag of sweets. I love cakes. I love cakes so fucking
Yeah,
much.
you're so
I
Moist.
sweet.
take a cupcake, I rip off the bottom, put it on the top, eat it like a sandwich. Have you ever done
Is that how you're meant to eat them?
What?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought
so
that was
you
how
get a
you-
cupcake.
Yeah.
You like pull off
Like twist and
the
pull
bottom.
Yeah.
It comes off like a dream. It's like it's meant to be a thing. Put it on top, push it down, little sandwich.
Because then you disperse
So
the
good.
icing better.
You just you're able to basically push the icing down, spread it around everywhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll push it down and there'll be this like gorgeous little layer coming out. So you just like
Spilling out the sides.
you go for like a little chomp around. Yeah, I fucking love cupcakes. I love cake. I love brownies.
I have to say with cupcakes, I only like good quality ones. So if I
Me
was at
too.
like a Christmas party, like say they had an office party here,
Mm.
say I got an invite.
What, since you trashed the foliage, I don't think.
Slagged off the foliage.
Yeah.
I've been here for one afternoon. What I would do with a cupcake is get the icing off, and then subtly I would just check the moistness of the cupcake. And honestly, if it wasn't a 10 out of 10, just goes in the bin. That day.
Yeah.
All I really
Right.
want is the icing.
Yeah.
Right.
Icing is amazing, isn't it?
It's so good.
It's so good. Birthday
It's so
cake
good.
icing.
Buttercream.
Buttercream.
I said buttercream.
You can say buttercream.
Butter.
Well, I just don't say it like that. So I'm just
I feel
basically
you
I'm just like
maybe
do it. Well,
What, are you doing a
Copying me.
bit?
You're copying me.
Well, it sounds like I'm going like and buttercream. It's like why I don't.
From the East End of London.
Sounds like donkey.
Damn, Shrek.
Was
Okay.
that you?
Woo, Shrek.
You could have warned me before.
Oh my god.
What would be your dream birthday cake?
Just a cake made fully of icing, maybe.
Right.
You know the buttercream, the chocolate buttercream that you get in a chocolate cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just like a cup of that.
With just a little
chocolate
spoon.
mousse and then like a brownie on top.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Cover
sounds
the whole
amazing.
thing in icing.
In America, there is a shopping. What's it called? Like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Call it here, like a
Supermarket.
food supermarket. Oh my god! Sorry, what do we call it here?
Yeah. What do we
Sorry,
call
what
it
do
here
we
in this
call it?
place?
So international.
What do we call it in England?
I'm getting
again?
my terminology
It's
mixed
the trash.
up.
Oh, I'm sorry. The rubbish.
Put it in the trunk.
That's
the
so
boot.
cute. The boot. Oh my god, park it in the garage. Anyway, they have it's called Publix. It's mainly in the south. It's kind
Publix is so good.
oh my god, I miss it every day. I would say it's like a mix between. It's kind of like a Sainsbury's. Do you know what I mean? It's like that kind of, but like Waitrose range. of stuff, but they have a bakery section and they have just the littest cakes, to the point where people would be like, don't get me like a posh birthday cake, just get me like 12 cupcakes from Publix. They're so soft, the icing is so gorgeous. I'm going to Florida in January. I'll try and bring you back some cupcakes.
We can eat it together.
They're so
We
worth
can like
it.
half them so we
Yeah.
can both try them at the same time.
That would be gorgeous.
Can cupcakes fly? Maybe if you
kinda
buy
feel
them the
they
day
can,
before.
can't
Yeah,
they?
day
before you
before.
come back, and then I'll meet you from the airport or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. We can just sit in
Urgent.
Terminal 5 and just sort
sit
of
on the floor, cross our legs, film it.
get into it.
Content.
Yeah.
Content.
When me and my sister were kids, we'd get home from school and there was like a little window before mum would get back at like 6 and dad would be home, but he didn't really care what we were up to. So our snack was, one time at school I learned how to make scones in food tech, but scones I realised were way better raw. And then we kind of edited it a bit. So eventually we didn't even put an egg in. So I would get home and May would be like, are you going to make some mixture? I'd be like, yeah, go on then. So I'd get a bowl, literally put in sugar, butter and a tiny bit of flour, whisk it up with a spoon and we'd eat it.
Nice.
And then sometimes milk and then sometimes icing sugar and butter. So we can just make up like a little
Bowl of
icing
buttercream.
Yeah,
Bottle of buttercream.
That's
what Chris used to
I
do.
fully used to do that. I used to sit with a bowl of buttercream. That I do. As soon as I realised, like, oh, this is just how you make.
Yeah, and
how
it's
you make
in
it.
the cupboard.
Yeah.
We didn't really have junk food. Like there weren't crisps
Were you like an ingredients household?
yeah.
So were we.
And just like not that much junk food.
Yeah.
We had loads of junk food.
Yeah, but we did in that blue box above the freezer. There used to be like Kit Kats in a
That
blue
is
box above the
such,
freezer. Whole law.
Yeah.
No, but if you think about it, I used to be like, I'm going to have a treat and I'd get out like mini marshmallows and milk and have like marshmallow cereal. We didn't really have like, there wasn't like junk food and there wasn't like cakes.
No.
You had to make your own cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
That's
would be
kinda like
milk and marshmallows.
Well, that was like, I'd be like, I'm going to have some cereal, like some like treat cereal.
Yeah,
And it would just
add
be mini marshmallows.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's
Yeah.
a great snack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have mini marshmallows, but we had sugar.
No.
So again, sugar and butter, icing
And
sugar
flour.
and butter, bit of flour, tiny bit of milk.
You're going to make some mixture.
Lovely.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Go on then.
And then then I'd have to split it like really meticulously in half, but then I would get to lick the spoon. So I always got extra, but obviously I made it.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
fair.
you're putting the work
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
So question, you said you realised that the scones were better raw. What?
Like the mixture.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm imagining it to be kind of bready, but is it not? Is it more like cakey, the
It's
mixture?
more cakey. But it's
Right.
the same with like a boring old sponge or a chocolate sponge, right? When you're licking the bowl, it's like, wow, that's so
Whoa.
nice.
Yeah.
And as soon as you cook it and it becomes like a dry ass sponge. I mean, sorry, but it's a sponge on the bottom of a cupcake or like a Victoria sponge. If you take out the cream and the jam and then the
Yeah,
icing.
it's nothing.
Is it actually
Sometimes
shit?
sponge is boring.
Yeah,
Unless it's
yeah.
really sticky and like I have had some good ones
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
life, but they're better raw.
Do you know what I used to really like? I used to really like butterfly cakes.
You just took the thought out of my brain.
Did you ever have butter cakes, Amy?
Square.
No, so
No.
they'd be like cupcakes. So you'd make the boring,
You'd make the
like,
boring
yellow
sponge.
things, and just cut the top off so it was flat. Put a buttercream like dollop in with that top that you've cut off. Cut that in half, and it makes wings.
And you like stick them into the
Stick them into the
buttercream.
I've
buttercream.
seen people do
Do you know
that.
what? Our cousin
Yeah.
showed me how to make butterfly cakes. Then that's when I realised, oh, that's how easy it is to make buttercream. I'll just do that.
It's just butter and icing sugar.
Yeah, great.
I
Yeah,
did that for
butterfly cake's
years
good.
after you left the house.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll do that tonight.
That'd be fun.
What do you think about a caterpillar cake? Good?
Only really interested in the face.
Okay. Not really interested in the rest.
Again, the sponge is boring.
Yeah. Would you have a foot? I quite like a foot.
It's just solid chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or solid. Yeah, solid icing.
I would wait till the end of the night, assuming there would be some left. Obviously, if it looks like a party of vultures, eat
Fine,
it while
eating
you
it
can.
now.
But if there's some left, I would get a foot. I would go over and I would scoop out the inner chocolate swirl and then leave the sponge.
Interesting.
So you're not really into cakes. You're a brownie girl.
Yeah,
And sponge just doesn't really do it for you.
yeah.
Yeah, you're brownie, and then you're the because cake is carrot
Sponge.
cake. I had a carrot cake the other day, and I thought because I'm sometimes, even though I have gotten sweeter,
Yeah.
I do like the balance of that it not being too sweet.
Yeah.
Carrot cake.
That you can get some really good carrot cakes. Actually, they can be moist.
Maybe I need to like be kind of educated in that because you guys are kind of saying carrot cake and I'm thinking like fuck off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, doesn't taste like the vegetable.
Yeah.
No, doesn't it?
That's
Yeah.
what you're worried about.
Maybe I need to try more carrot cake because I love coffee walnut.
Oh, see, I can't. I wouldn't go for. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't go for
In a
walnuts.
cake.
You know when people were like, "Oh, like I've eaten so much chocolate, I feel sick." That doesn't
That doesn't happen to you.
doesn't kick it in for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. It does for me, see. So I
Right.
enjoy the sweeties, but then I will feel sick if I overdo it, and then I've only got myself to blame, especially the raw cake. My mum
Yeah,
would
the
be
raw
like,
I
cake.
do
makes
think
I'm gonna get a
raw-
tummy ache, and I'd be like,
especially with raw cake.
yeah.
Watch out for that.
Yeah.
No, I can imagine.
What about, sorry, just quickly, croissants? Because
That's really
almond
yeah.
croissants,
You make your own.
cinnamon swirls,
I do sometimes.
You're
you
sometimes
buy them frozen and cook them.
Well, she buys the
Yeah, the you know the rollout where you then put the chocolate in and put it back together and bake a pan of chocolate.
Yeah.
which
But
I kind
I'm
of think
not-
is
That
cool.
is kind of cooking it.
I'm not like laminating the dough.
no,
No,
that
is
seems-
that what it's called? Laminating.
Yeah,
the
you like
dough?
laminate the butter, and then the butter
Yeah, I've
is
seen it on a
basically what
programme.
melts and makes the air, makes the layers.
I do love croissants.
So
Yeah, croissants are good. And like, do you like an almond croissant?
Yeah, the gooey insides.
Yeah, an almond
Polenta
croissant
cake
and a.
as well.
Ooh,
Almond and polenta cake.
I would need to go and have one with you just to really the.
Texture.
I think I like it. I would need to go and have one.
It's a bit gritty, but it's definitely moist polenta.
Oh,
and
it is
almond
really,
cakes.
yeah. Interesting. Well, listen, Amy, we've had a wonderful time. I had no idea where this conversation would go, but it's really done some lefts and some rights and really sort of circled around sort of baked sweet goods, which I think
I'm fine with that.
I'm
I'm
thrilled.
fine with that. Yeah, it isn't where I thought it would go, but we've covered a lot.
We have.
I will make it sort of my personal journey to find a cupcake that does it for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's kind of what I've taken from this is, can I find Amy a light yet dense?
It could be raw though as well, remember?
I'm not going to give you raw cake. No,
You're going to
no,
make some
no.
mixture. That is so funny. I just imagine
make some
you're going to make some
mixture.
mixture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making some mixture tonight.
Thank you for being here. You're a delight as
Having
always.
me.
Where can people find you? We haven't really even spoken about the fact that you are a singer and a comedian, and people should flock to your gigs.
My gigs.
And
Because I'm writing a new show.
Yeah, you are writing a new show.
Yeah, for release in 2025.
Yeah.
This year, 2025, the year that we're in.
The year that we're
It's on
currently
the
in.
way.
Yeah.
So where can people find you? They can find you at.
At Amy Webber Comedian
Yeah.
or at Amy Webber Singer
Yeah.
or my website. But you'll tag it. So
I know, but if people are listening.
if you guys still can't find me, you're idiots.
Yeah.
I'd like to sign off, if I may, with my with one final donkey impression.
We would love you to.
Okay,
this
yeah,
has
yeah,
been Stay
yeah.
Hydrated with my sister Elizabeth Hall.
And my brother Christopher Hall.
And to
And our other sister, Amy Webber.
and she is going to bid us farewell with one final donkey impression.
Roof Shrek, was that you? Man, you could have warned me before I go and crack one off like that.
Yeah, you got all the way through it. Yay!
Proud of you for getting through it.
Well done. Let's go get some cake.
Let's get some cake. Yay!
Just before bed is good for your head. What you gonna do? Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.